Hello. Hello. Hmm. Hello. Para pam 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 para pam. Hello, guys. How are you today? Hello, hello, hello. So we are working on dungeon generation. I want to ensure that we can actually recreate a dungeon from scratch properly without any problems. And so I just want to be sure that in our code, whenever we are adding traps or NPC or anything else, right, we actually keep track of those, and we delete them. I think we have everything because we have NPC instance, trap instance, loot instance, door instance, right? But I'm not sure that we are deleting them all. Actually, we have it here. We have it here, but it seems that probably we don't add this when we do the creation, right? That's very likely. Let me see. Place loot, place traps, place NPC. No, it seems we don't. I think the only thing that we do at the moment is on doors. Yeah, exactly, which is this. We have to do the same for loot. We have to do the same for NPC, even if NPC we understood that probably we will not be able to do it, but it's fine. I created the code, let's just right, let's just put it in anyway. Maybe in the future we will find a way to have the NPC. Now, spawnable. No, spawnable is traps, huh? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So like this, we have them all. And they're all getting deleted. Now, I think we're still missing some initialization, because when we create the actual dungeon, right? Well, no, it's not here. I think we have to go in the blueprint side. I think the blueprint side we do some stuff. Hello, Tutarel. Hey. This dungeon generation is taking quite some time, but it's normal. I mean, it's basically a game inside a game, right? It's like if you are developing another game. So it's taking time because it's actually quite complex. And all the rules, you know, and all the stuff is... Yep. Yep. Hello, Gian. I just messaged you. Did you read my message? Or is a chance that you joined? I wrote you a message, I don't know, like half an hour ago. No, not even, like 15 minutes ago. How are you? On my side, all good. We are working on some procedural generated dungeon, which is very nice. Like you see here, nothing is in the level, right? And then I press the number 2, and boom! Look at this. Look at what we generated, boys. Look at that. So we are able to generate dungeons with doors, with gates. This is all randomized, right? With monsters, no, because for what I wrote you. With some traps, like this thing. I don't know why that is not on the wall, but anyway. With some traps. I also added a new type of trap. This thing. Is this a bit too much or what? It is a bit too much, or... Yeah, so I just yeah, so this all generated. So for example, if I press 2 again and I generate another one, right? This one is completely different. And as you can see, starting from there is going down with this stair, and then you have a wall below level, right? So you have level 1, level 2. Sometimes you also get 3 levels. It's kind of randomized. And it works very well in the sense that if you change the pieces, everything works. So I can create a new piece and just put it in, and it will be able to do all the positioning, you know, properly without, yeah, without any problem. So which is very nice. Yeah, we have the straps, and I created this one, which is very simple, but so what I'm testing now is if I can delete the wall dungeon and create a new one, but unfortunately it was crashing. I just need to understand why. So if I say 4 is delete everything, and you see that he actually deleted everything. If I do 2 again, yeah, if I do 2 again, it's actually crashing. I think it's just something that is not initialized. I think I don't have some initialization. Spawn dungeon recursive. Where is this coming from? That is coming from where? From the tick of the world. Okay. Well, it's impossible. No, it comes from spawnable. No, it's coming from the blueprints. Yeah, there is a blueprint that is calling this. Yeah, we just have to ensure. So we crash inside of this, right? Because the rooms are not initialized. So I guess that I'm not deleting at the beginning. I'm not deleting the room list or something like that. Have you found a way to the problem of yesterday? Which one, Hula? The spawning of NPC? No, that one is parked. Is a parked problem, and at the moment we don't have a solution. So for now we will have no NPC basically. We will have no NPC because they will not be able to move. Which is a real pity. I asked Gion some help, maybe he has an idea, but it seems to be a limitation of Unreal Engine for what I understand. I mean, it seems to be something that is not really. So let me see what, so available connection. The first thing we need to do, we need to clean up this. Actually, we clean it up here because we set it at the beginning. Do we set it in the generate dungeon? Yeah, we set it in the generate dungeon. So this in theory should be clean. But I don't think we are cleaning. Let me see what we are cleaning. Delete dungeon. Delete dungeon recursive. Yeah, but we have more than this. We have... okay, we have the tree structure. We have these pieces. We also have this. We also have leaf rooms. So leaf room should also be deleted. Well, should be... Well, leaf rooms is actually just a pointer to other existing rooms, right? So... Do I knew something here? I think I knew my structures, right? I knew dungeon room node because this is not an Unreal Engine object, right? No, it's just a struct. So this ones I will have to delete, huh? But I think I'm doing it in the recursion, right? Yeah, I am already deleting that. So I think let me just set then the leaf nodes to let me just empty this. I don't think there is much else though. Maybe it was this one. This one was definitely not cleaned up, so... Unfortunately, I use built-in navigation mesh system we built our own long time ago for performance reason. I see. Yeah, because, I mean, I see that in theory, Unreal is keeping, you know, the nav mesh by level, right? Because it's actually saved in the map file. But whenever you try to add a new mesh, so to ask for an update of a mesh that you generated at runtime, the code is doing like a very simple check. If static, then exit, right? Something like that. So I mean, maybe there is a way, but it seems it works now. So yeah, it was the leaf room. It didn't crash, boys. So we can actually now delete a wall dungeon. Oh my god, it's insane. We can delete a wall dungeon and recreate a new one without without things crashing. As you can see, yeah, the blue cylinder is where the loot is. Okay, I'm going to remove it, but it's just for ease of What happened? Huh? What the fuck? Why generated only one room? That is strange. It should never happen in theory. Why? Max failure reached. Okay, we are not cleaning up. There is something else we are not cleaning up. We are not cleaning up max failures.
You broke it, didn't you?
No, I fixed it. I didn't break it at all. I actually fixed it. Wrong project. I don't remember if we have the failures here. It would be nice to have the failures directly here because no, we don't have the failures here. I think we need it. I think we need to move also this to C++ because I think having the failures as a variable here is not a great idea. We should, now that this is working, you know, pretty much move everything to C++. Because this like number of rooms are already... Yeah, we still have this one, failures. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna rename this with failures 2. So it doesn't really mess up, you know, with the code. And then we are going to add it here. Rain. So basically, this is the max number or is the current number? I don't remember. No, this is the current number, right? So I think it's better if it's called like current failures. Yeah, because this number 10 is like hard coded at the moment, which is pretty stupid. But anyway, let's call it current failure, so it's more understandable, right? And so whenever we regenerate the dungeon, we have also to set the failures to 0, right? Yup. Can I click on the right? Yeah. So we did that. So let me recompile and swap that variable. I sent you a DM, but I did that before. Not sure if he's doing what you think he's doing without testing. Let's see. Don't use. You could use the dynamic input setting. You can still set. I don't understand what you're saying, because in the level I don't think I have the ability to change it, that setting, right? And you mean recast navigation, navigation recast, right? But the navigation recast, I think you're speaking about this. There is an object, yes, that is called like that, and is added whenever you add a nav mesh bound. So if you add a nav mesh, to the level, you automatically get this guy, this recast nav mesh default, which is actually added to every level. So if you have sub levels, they will work that way. So you are saying that I can set here static. I understand, but the problem, I understand, I can try that. That's a good idea, I guess. But my problem is that I have my... The problem is that I have my persistent level, right? And my persistent level is the top of everything, and is the one that contain. It's called Iliacum, which is our world, right? And then below the persistent level, I have all my maps, right? So I have maps 1, maps 2, maps 3, and let's say that maps 3 is dynamic. Is dynamic, right? I mean, is whatever, is the procedural dungeon, right? So at the moment, in the project settings, right, I have nav mesh set to static, right? So can I set only this one to dynamic? If I could set only this one to dynamic, that would be very nice, because it means that everything else remains as it is, and just this guy goes to dynamic. While if you are saying no, set dynamic to this, and then do static, 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 dynamic. I don't know. I think that will regenerate everything anyway, no? I would prefer to keep the top as static and this one as dynamic. But yeah, we can try it. We can try it. I didn't see that there was that setting. I think I did it. I did it as a test. Let me just finish this and then we can do the test, okay? I think it's a good idea. Hello, who joined? Hello, Atacheldenk. Hey, thank you for the follow and welcome. We are working on some dungeon generation and yeah. But that's a good point, that's a good point, because actually my levels, I have the recast in every sub-level, so it's good, so I guess it's possible. I just don't know, because when I debug the code, right, and I debugged it in the yesterday stream, now they are all closed, but anyway, it was basically saying, get world, and then it was doing, if static generation, then exit, right? And it was doing a get world, right? Somebody spelled my name correctly. You see? I'm very good at weird names. Okay, so now we have the... So now we have the... We have the failures. This failures, failure 2, right? So if I do failures, I should be able to get my, yeah, my current failures, right? So we should, and this is coming from the C++, so we can delete. I think also this graph probably I should, but you know, this graph is not very intensive. I mean, it's doing very, very little. So it's basically calling all C++ functions. So, and also the generation is done once at the beginning, so I think it's okay. Actually, I think it's fine. So we just have to be sure that we are switching that variable properly. Without doing mistakes. Hopefully we don't. I think this stuff we can delete it. Let's just delete it. I mean, this is very, very old and we are not using it since quite a few days, so it's just a bunch of old stuff. I don't remember what is this. Yes, this is still in blueprints, huh? Yeah, also that piece we should move one day. Okay, so now failures should not be any more used, so we can delete it. So let me see if now wait, let me save before, because if it crashes, you know, I'm not losing the stuff. Okay, so that is the new generated thing. Oh wow, we have so many levels. Aha. Do we have 3 levels? No, we have 2. Okay. But it's possible to get 3 actually. I mean, I'm using stairs very, very little, but yeah, there are a bit of those traps that are getting out of the yeah, I will have to tweak this. Okay, so at the moment it's not really working as expected. Right, it's fine. Hello, August Maximus, hey. Thank you for the follow and welcome. Welcome, welcome. If any of you is using a real engine, I mean, tell me, yeah, what are you doing with a real engine? What are you doing with that? Okay. Okay. So let's try to delete the dungeon. So I'm pressing 4 to delete it. And 2 to generate it again. Yeah, as you can see, the dungeon can go in a completely different direction. Like before, the dungeon was generated here, and now it's generated there because we have a you know, a starting point which is always the same, but it's very easy that the connection, you know, I mean, one corridor is connected to the left or to the right, and then it goes completely in another direction. So when we will do it in the real game, I think we will need to have a fairly big area empty, right? Completely empty that we can use for this. We'll probably be underground and yeah. Let me delete it again and recreate it. Seems to be working fine. I don't see any stairs anymore. I think we have still some initialization on the stairs that is not done for what I see. Ouch! And we crashed. And we crashed. So we deleted the dungeon like 4 or 5 times and we crashed. We crashed where? In the ending pieces? See, we still have 65 ending pieces. 65 ending pieces? Oh my god. Why? Do you think that this 4 delete is actually working? I don't think it's a good idea. I think we have to do the 4 delete starting from the end -1, you know? Because removing an item from an actor while cycling from an array while cycling on it is always a bad idea. I think we have to do it the other way, boys. I think we have to do it the other way. So we have to do -- and start from the end and go backward because right. Because otherwise I think we do a mess. Less than 0 or less than 1? Less than 0. So we do ending pieces of I destroy. Yeah, I'm more comfortable in doing it this way, right, instead of this way. Because deleting from an array is always a bad idea. And by the way, I was only destroying. I was not setting the array to empty actually. I was not setting it empty. Should this be 0 or be 1? If the num is 1, I do start from 1, and if I is less than 1, if it's less than z, so it will. If this is 1, no, I have to do this -1, guys. I have to do this -1, right? Because we are 0 based on the array. Hello, Augustus. I sent you a function from Game Project Jam that adds a navigable piece based on the location and extends time to the area. Thank you a lot, Gion. Thank you. I will try. It is a private piece, or can I show it on? Can I show it on stream? I mean, add an update. I will check it in a second. I want to finish this first, but thank you. Hello, Augustus. Let me see what you're saying. Hi, very inspirational stream for beginners game developer. I like to leave your stream open while I'm learning code myself. Yes, do it. If you have any question, if you have any question, please ask. I mean, it doesn't mean that I can answer it, but I can try. Okay, I think we should do the same for all these pieces, by the way. So I think I should switch this, right, to... I mean, it's way safer. I think we were crashing for this, actually. I think we were crashing for this. You know? Because we were removing items. Well, we were not even removing the items, by the way. We were not even removing the items, boys. So I think we were continuously spawning endings, no? I don't know. Anyway, this is safer. This is definitely safer. Right. Okay, Jin, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see what you do there. You call pending nav bounce update. Yeah. So you're basically adding the actor and then just changing the boundaries so that when you change the boundaries, is regenerating the nav mesh. I understand that, but this assumes that you are in dynamic mode. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But I can try to set the dynamic to the sub level. I think that they may work. I hope it does. I hope it does. If it does, I'm very happy. Very happy. Do we have 3 levels? No, we also have 2, huh? But you see that the generation is very random, and we have very few pieces at the moment, right? I only have like 4 room types. So imagine if we have like 10 room types, how different, you know, this thing can become, right? And if I have like 5 different traps and 5 different... Well, the doors we already have. We have gate and door. So it may become very, yeah. It may become very good, actually. Right? Oops. It seems that it's not working. It seems that we are not deleting anything now. Why? NPC instances from... so we do I instances num minus... What did I do wrong here? I need minus I instead of I minus minus. Probably, huh? Wait a second. For loop navigate backward in array. I think I need minus 1 minus I instead of I minus minus. No, is I minus minus. Ah, because it needs to say in until is, so it's greater than. Ah. 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 Ah, 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 ah. So it stays in until. Yeah. So we need to do equal to 0. Array length minus 1 to greater or equal to 0. Yeah. It needs to stay in until is greater than 0. Yeah, if you pass a location and extend and generate a mesh location with the site. Yeah. I understand that concept because I was already thinking about that, when I did the thing. And I think extending the nav mesh bound is fine. And it's good. I mean, we can do it with the... Yeah, but I think that my main problem is to basically trigger any kind of update in a sub level, right? With static off. I mean, with static on and dynamic off. So if we can do that, I think we are good. If we cannot do that, basically I cannot have any monsters in my... Uh-oh. End in pieces is empty? What do you mean end in pieces is empty? Are you joking? That's impossible. Huh? I miss my long corridor with the 2 walls to move from broken you. Yeah. Who move? What? You want 2 walls that are crashing? That's a good idea, actually. To have 1 wall that is crashing you on the side, we can do that. So it will be like the blade, but it's actually a full wall that is moving. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, if you have other ideas of traps, please let me know. Okay, so we have 16. We have 16 end pieces, right? So we start from 16 minus 1, right? And then, so we start from 15. So we destroy that piece, right? Then we remove that from the array, which is the last position. Remove at 15, right? Is correct, yeah. Then we go 1 down, right? So this will become 14. Right? This will become 14. And I'm destroying it and removing it, right? And then so why we are crashing? I don't understand. So we arrive at 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that is greater or equal to 0, right? So we are at 1. How many pieces we have in the array? 2. So it's actually correct. I is 1. Now we'll go to 0. So now I'm destroying the 0 guy. Yeah. Now I'm removing at position 1. No, removing at position 0. And now I exit from this, right? What the fuck? Huh? What the hell? So we need to do greater than and not equal. Why the example is with equal? Huh? Why? Why the example is with equal, boys? Why the example is saying... Huh? What do you do for fun outside of this? I play video games and I do some sports, but not a lot. But I like to bicycle, for example. I like to ski. Yeah. I like to paint miniatures, Warhammer miniatures. Yeah. Music, other stuff like that. Right? Why this thing is 2, 1, go! Bro. So with greater than 0, greater or equal to 0, he went to minus 3 millions, and now with greater than 0, it didn't remove the last element. What the fuck? Huh? 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 Why? I don't know. Navigating a race backward is fairly annoying. I minus minus. Mind blown. Do people actually do? Why? Huh? Do we believe in this or no? Do we believe in this or no? I don't know, I navigated array backward like a million times, but I don't remember how to do it. Trap idea. Spare coming through the walls or floor. Dark always slippery rocks slide player into a new area. That's a hard one. Idea number 2 is pretty hard. Idea number 3, hot oil comes pouring above from the cracks. That is possible. As a beginner, I'm struggling with navigating my own code and remembering what part of it do when I'm working on a big project. Yeah, I think you should comment it a lot. I mean, basically every line, you see this, like, there is one line of comment, right? There is one line of comment, one line of code, one line of comment, one line of code. So when you read your code, you should not read the code, you should read the comments. So when I'm reading this, I'm reading recurse down the room, delete top, delete dungeon room, clear. I mean, I'm not even reading this, right? And you should not read this because it's too hard. I mean, it takes too much time. It's not hard, but it takes too much time, right? So should not do it. We have 16 pieces. We have 16 pieces. Do we believe that this will work? 3, 2, 1. So what am I removing? I'm removing. Yeah. So there is one piece left. Now there are 0 pieces left. Oh, this works. Very nice. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, because you have the array 0 based and the num not 0 based, so it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I think commenting your stuff is good. Also, yes, I did a wiki. Like, we have a wiki where I tend to write down, you know, a bit of the logic, right? So, and I would say, like, for example, we have we have diagrams. I don't know if diagrams are helping you, but we have diagrams like this just to remember, you know, all the interactions, right? So like here there is a admin user PS server and PC client. So this is basically the admin function that is calling that is our server, right? One of our server in the old game, not in the new, but anyway, it's the same. And so there is the initialization is saying, oh, there is a start that goes here, then this goes back to the PS server, right, with this message, and then the server answers with this, and it's sending the maps, the races, the weather, and then the NPC client is sending, okay, save everything, right? So you see here from the arrow if it's going left or right, right? And I think it's a good way to summarize your I mean, how the code works, right? If you want to do a diagram, or you can just write it down, you know, in a textual way. So for example, I have for all my dynamic elements, I'm just saying, oh, how things work, right? So like proximity triggers, okay, they work like this. There is this table. And so because it's very easy after you develop something to, unless you are working on it every day, right? But I'm not working on it, you know, continuously, to forget, right? So you really need to document it, right? But I think that the comments are already a good start, right? A very good start. Okay, now we're deleting everything properly. Let me try to regenerate. I don't know why we are losing stairs anyway. Like in the next generation, we never have stairs, so I'm pretty sure that we are not resetting, right? We are not. Well, I pressed twice the I pressed twice the generation, so I generated twice. But I think we are not resetting the stair stuff. Let me see. Stair. Keep track of the last stair placed. Keep track of the last stair placed. 10 plus code. I mean, all these variables should be reset to 0 anyway, right? When we do the delete. I don't want to have all the comments here, but reset last positions. But I think we are still missing a piece, because the stair, I think, is probably still a blueprint thingy. Ah, sorry, I fucked up. Tala basically said with my programming book, basically said to what my programming should be doing. Exactly. So comments in the code, diagrams, and additional documentation just for how, you know, the major system works. That's a good idea, I guess. Trap idea number 4: face sculpture on a wall spits fire on air pressure to push player. Okay. We can do some of that. I tried to delete a dungeon that was not generated. Right? Why? Well, okay, we can add it. Yeah, because current node is actually null, right? So if current node is null, if current node is null, we should just not do anything, right? Because it means that a dungeon has not been generated. Anyways, good. We are refining the code, you know, we are refining and finding edge cases and bugs and refining it, because before we put it in our game, I think it should be solid enough. right? It should be as solid as possible. Let me eat something quick. Just a snack, a small snack, just some almonds. Some almonds. Okay, let's check the. Let's check the stairs 1 second. Stairs last position. Actually, it's not used anywhere. So we can even delete it. But then why we are not... Uh-oh. What happened? Wow. I don't know what happened, but it's fine. I think there is another variable for stairs that I'm missing, because you see that we never generate stairs in the next dungeons. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let me just check this, because where we have the stair number, I remember we had a stair number. So the code is calculate special room chance, right? I think is this thing that we are using. And temp number of stairs. Yeah, but these ones are actually the ones. Right? These are actually the two that I have in my C++, right? Temp number of stairs, exactly. Temp number of stairs. Am I resetting this or no? In the delete. We are not. So is this, is this, and then current failures. I will put it in the same sequence just because. Let's try again. I think we are close, huh? I think we are close, boys. Eat the pizza. Pizza. No, pizza is a full meal. Enemy comes through a crack in the wall. Maybe. Well, in general, yeah, you should try to eat food that is not very processed. But in Europe, I mean, in Italy, I would say the quality, the quality of the base ingredients is pretty good. Like if you get a tomato, you know, like if you want to buy a tomato, a single tomato, you know, you can and you get it at pretty good quality. Oh yes, now the stairs are okay. Oops, I generated dungeon twice. That I think is a bit of a problem, right? Yeah, if I generate twice without deleting, we mess up. Should we gate it? Should we? Should we? I think we should. I think if we try to generate a dungeon on top of an existing generated dungeon, we should not allow it. Or we should just delete and then, right? Last week I learned that in Romania they are eating pasta with sugar as dessert. Oh my god. That's blasphemy. Pasta is dessert. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, so I think I just want to block the fact that if I generate, when I click on, I don't even remember when I do it. I think I do it in my pawn, right? In the pawn I say like generate, yeah, generate. I think we can say um, how do we know if we just if we already generated? We can check. We can check for the tree, the dungeon tree. But I think this is not exposed to blueprints. Yeah, it's not. Well, we can check the leaf rooms maybe. No, it's not exposed. Fuck, nothing is exposed. Nothing is exposed. Okay, I will just not click twice. Fine. I mean, it's okay. I don't want to create something that anyway I don't need it. Because in our game, we will not create a dungeon twice, right? Well, in theory, we may. No, I need an attribute. No, I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it because it will happen also in our game. So let's just add a boolean like dungeon generated or something. Let's just add a stupid boolean. By the way, why I have the comment before the property, I have no idea. That's so weird. Why I have the comment in the wrong place, huh? I don't know. It's copy paste. I did one wrong and then I copy pasted. So this will be boolean dungeon ready, something like that, right? Dungeon ready. If true, the dungeon is generated and ready to be used, right? So we just set this dungeon ready in when we finish all the spawning and all the work, which is where? Well, in theory we don't know it. In this side of the code, we know it. We know it here. Ha, navigation build. GG. Yeah, we know it here. So here we will have to set it. Okay, fine. So we'll set that. Suggestion. Can you make the ceiling normal, only viewed from below, so you can review it with the dungeon from above? Yeah, in theory we can change the piece and then change it later, yes. But I will have to redo, because we have different type of ceilings, so I will have to basically redo all the ceilings. Only for debug and then switch them. So I will have to create one roof without the top, but I have to do it for a 2x1, 2x2, 3x2, 4x4, because we have a number. So it's not very easy, so I would say no. I suggest we don't do it. We can go a wireframe if you want to see everything, but okay, so here we need to say dungeon ready true, right? And when we generate, right? When we generate here, we will say if dungeon ready, right? If dungeon ready, right? If dungeon ready true, right? You cannot generate. So we will say something like cannot generate dungeon already generated, delete it first, right? So it will not allow you to generate it again. And we just need to be sure that when we delete, then we set the dungeon ready to false. So like here. Right? Easy life. Done. What is the best pasta brand so I can try to buy one at the store? That's a very complex question. That's a very complex question because depends on which type of pasta you like. So not all pasta is the same. But I would say, as an average, you know, the Barilla pasta is not bad. I think it's good. And usually I eat the Barilla pasta. But there are a number of brands that are way more, let's say, special, right? So they say that they create the pasta only with a specific bronze method and specific machines that are, you know, fantastic and blah 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 and yeah. So but is it really? What happened? Fuck, I started the wrong one. Is it really different? Bah. Yeah, maybe a bit, but Barilla is a big fan. Yeah, Barilla is like a commercial, you know, really commercial. But I think it's good. I like it. I like the Barilla pasta. There is also Voiello. But Voiello is also Barilla, I think, at the end, the brand, because you know these companies are creating are creating different brands just to compete between themselves. But in reality, if I remember right, like Voyello, which is another one that is usually pretty good, is made by Barilla anyway. So let me check. Yeah, it's Barilla 20. Yeah. So there is another brand that was competing, you know, somehow with the standard Barilla brand, and is usually considered, you know, slightly better. But again, it's a matter of taste. But as you can see, it's still made by Barilla. Voyello. The problem is that I think it will not be easy for you to find this pasta in your place. Because maybe it's not that easy, right? But yeah, you see here all the spaghetti type, right? So you have this one, which is like the basic, but also the best somehow. Then there is this linguina, which is slightly flat, you know, and made of different pieces. Then there is this one, which is very similar to the first, but there is this one which has a small ditch, I don't know, a small carving on it, right? Then there is linguine, which is completely flat, I mean very, very flat. And then there is this one which is a smaller sides, right? So it's basically the same as spaghetto, but it's smaller. So buy a machine and make yours. Well, it's not very easy, I guess, but I mean it's not hard. But then they have integrale. They have also special ones, right? Like this one. Yeah. Voyello seems to be a good to me, but I think that, I don't know, I'm fine with the Barilla thingy. I think it's okay, it's good quality. I mean, maybe it's not extra quality, but meh. Okay, so if I try to generate again now, it will tell me that the dungeon is already generated, right? So we are not doing anything, basically. If I delete it and recreate it, there it is. I wanted to have a 3 levels, but it seems it's not happening for whatever reason. 3 levels is very rare. Three levels is very rare. Which is okay, by the way, on these sides, right? There is 50 rooms. If I increase the number of rooms, I think we can get 3 levels. Because at the moment we are at 50 rooms. If I go 100 rooms, which is a bit crazy, but anyway. We can try to do it just for fun. Yeah, the generation takes a bit more time, as we have seen. And this one is a very large... Yeah, you see, we have more stairs, but in this case, they went up and down. So at the end, it's still 2 levels. Oh wow, this one in the stair is kind of evil. This one in the stair is kind of evil. The only problem is that it's going through the wall. That bothers me a bit, but I don't want to change, you know, all the meshes to... Yeah, this one was for that door, but the door was closed. GG! Ouch, I already got this. They are going a bit too far, eh? Anyway. Yeah, this dungeon is insane. I mean, it's super big. You will lose your... I mean, 100 rooms I think is not reasonable. 100 rooms I think is insane. Where you see the blue markers is where there is the loot. So here we have the loot, for example, right? Yeah, this is just for me to see where the loot is. Otherwise, I go crazy searching it. But I will obviously remove it. Yeah. 100 rooms. 100 rooms, I think, is a bit too much. But maybe we will do a 100 rooms one time in the game. Maybe we will. I don't know. But I think even at 25, right? Even at 25 rooms, I think is more than okay, right? Even at 20, this is at 25 rooms. I think it's very reasonable. And as you can see, we start here in the middle, so this is the start, if I remember right, or no? No, this is not the start. The start was here? No. I don't remember where is the start, but anyway. Probably is down, yeah, probably is down there. And then we have the loot here pretty much at the end. Then you have this single room at the bottom. Ah no, this is the start. Yeah, this is the start. Ah, okay, nice. So we start with a stair going up. And then we go into the dungeon. I can tweak the parameters for spawning gates and doors. And as you can see, some have no doors. There are traps sometimes, yes, sometimes no. Moss, any from ceiling or spider webs that make it hard to see ahead so you don't know what's ahead? Maybe. Okay, so we have the prop. Okay, let's test 1 second the Gion idea on the dynamic, not dynamic, right? Because that's something that we... So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? What we want to do is to take our world, right? Set it to war composition. Like we did, right? So I enable war composition. And then I add a new level, right? I create a new. I save it as a sub-level 1. And then inside sub-level 1, I want to have my nav mesh. I want to have my nav mesh. And so this will be in sub-level 1, yeah. And for now we can have the nav mesh as big as we want, it's not a problem. I mean, let's just make it 100 by 100 by 100, it's okay. So it's basically big. And then we also want to have the recast, right, in the sub-level. I think is already the case. I don't know why I moved the recast to the... Why the recast is in the persistent level? I have to check in my project how it is, but if we have the recast in the persistent level, we are fucked. Let me check in our project a second. Anything you did not believe in the last 10 years, but now you are convinced is like is real? For me, it's aliens and New World Order trying to destroy the free world. Really? Well, that's very creative of you. I don't know, I mean, these are typical topics, right? Typical topics. My suggestion will be focus on the things that you actually can influence and do your best to influence them in a positive way and pretty much ignore everything else. Or anyway, you can be interested, but if you don't have any, you know, ability to really influence it and do stuff, I don't know. What happened, boys? Okay. I don't know, it was looking weird for a second. So this is our project, our real project. So I'm going to load this and then I'm searching recast. Oh fuck. Huh, we only have one recast nav mesh in the persistent level. So that technique, I mean, or we create a new one. Yeah, because, but it's strange though, because the nav bounds, the nav mesh, where is it? The nav mesh is in the persistent level. We don't have any nav mesh in this level. Ah, wait. There is a special level. Let's exclude this for a second. Let's take a normal level. Let's take, let me unload this. Let me take our main level, okay? The problem is that if we only have one recast, I don't think this is gonna work. Because I have to set the recast by level. No, we only have one. Gion, we only have one, so I cannot set it by level. We only have one. So if I set it dynamic, everything becomes dynamic. Or you're saying that in the setting is static, but this guy is dynamic? But I think it will regenerate everything every time if it's the only recast that we have. I was hoping that you had one of those per level. So I mean, now I moved the nav mesh and the recast on my sub level, right? If I go to my persistent again and I add another nav mesh, do you think it will generate another recast? No, it will not. No, the recast is always the same. Fuck. So basically what I need to say, you know, I need to say that this nav mesh bound is dynamic. But there are no properties on it. Okay, I can try anyway, right? I can try anyway, but the real idea would be that this nav mesh is dynamic and this other nav mesh is not dynamic, right? So that is what I would need in theory, right? But fine. Okay. Okay, let's try. So I keep the nav mesh then in the persistent, like we have it. Yeah, let's keep it in the persistent and see what happens. So I will move them back. I will move them back to the persistent. Okay, so now the recast and nav mesh are in the persistent level. I don't know about this level bounds, but have this. Well, let me delete everything 1 second and redo it because I think I did a mess. What? I deleted it, he regenerated again? What the Okay. I just recreated it clean, okay? Just recreated without moving it, without doing anything weird. Okay, so it's in the persistent level, right? And at the moment my settings are static, right? Runtime generation static. Then I take this recast and I change it to to dynamic, right? But I don't understand what this is doing, because then my project, I don't understand what this is doing. Okay, anyway, I change this to dynamic, right? Then I save all without doing any path generation or anything. I start my game and I generate my dungeon, right? Now I am here. And now I do show navigation, right? And as you can see, it's dynamic. So it's actually generating it dynamically, right? Which is not what we want. Look at this thing, by the way. Whip, whip, whip. It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so doing it this way is setting everything to dynamic. And this is not gonna work. Unless there are other options here, but I don't know. But there is another option, you know, which is to keep the nav mesh in the sub levels, right? Sub level should discard sub level nav data. If true, game should ignore navigation data inside loaded sub levels. Yeah, why we want to discard the sub-level navigation data? Why? Yeah, I remember that setting, and that setting is so. If I do that, and then I have, because I really need another recast on my sub-level. That's what I need. Nav mesh bound volume 2. So I don't know. Internet says no. So by advanced max simultaneous tile generation, number of tile, polyref, nav mesh generation, no, region partitioning, no, layer partitioning, region channel, layer chunks, voxel, height, whatever, low speed sequence, full async nav data gathering. Nav mesh data gathering will never happen on the game tray, will only be done in the background. Nah. Auto destroy when no navigation, runtime generation, observation can be what? Can be main nav data. If set, navigation data can act as default one in navigation system queries. I mean, if it's off, what happens? I mean, if I say that this is off, what I don't know. Relevant to level boundaries. Remote role specially loaded. Yeah, but where was that about the sub-levels that I found? I don't see it. What? Sub-level. It is under navigation system, is in another place. Navigation system. There was navigation mesh. Navigation system, you have auto create navigation data. Spawn nav data in nav bounds level. Spawn nav data in nav bounds level. If true, we'll try to spawn the navigation data instant in the sub level. Exactly. I think this is what we want. If he's creating a recast, would be nice. Wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe we have a chance. Maybe we have a chance. I don't know. Nah, doesn't give a shit. I think it's just where the nav data is actually saved, but it's not the recast nav mesh thingy. Nah. No, if we set that as dynamic, is everything is dynamic. I need the navigation mesh bounds to say if it's dynamic or not dynamic. Because I need it by level. Or I need to have it in the level properties, I don't know. Is there even an alternative navigation system in the marketplace? Long ago was none. I don't know. But I don't know, we can see. But seems it's not. Sorry, I was chatting with someone. Marketplace navigation, smart navigation. Yeah, but it's like how people move and I don't know. Smart navigation tool to generate navigation actors and advanced path followers. Generated to automatically place nav link proxy. Yeah, but this is what you can do already. So our problem is navigation in sub-levels, but I don't know, I think the question is custom navigation. No, this is a roadmap. There is another thing, I think, no? Navigation system. Navigation system complete indicator radar map. Because navigation means, you know, be able to navigate like a mini map, so navigation maybe is not the best. Maybe I should search navigation system. Nah, but this is triggering other stuff. I can search nav mesh. Yeah, I don't think so. Ah! This thing has always been a bit fucked up. Navigation lil paper component, auto linker, follow the path, simple 3D navigation, I get path finder, multiplayer survival templates, place movement. Nah. I mean, debugging the code a bit, that looked like a very hard-coded thing, right? So, I mean, I could change the code. I can change the code, but I don't know if I want to, right? It then becomes a mess. So we tried yesterday. We spent like 1 or 2, well, even more, 3 hours on it, right? And we have checked, you know, we also tried to skip some of the checks. Like it was doing if static, you know, then exit. We skipped that line and we went to the next line and with the debugger say, okay, do it anyway, right? We tried to have him do it anyway, and it was missing an Occ3 initialization, that it was not initialized at all, right? And it was not finding our component into the existing set, because what it does when you call update is to search in the current Occ3 for the navigation and then update just the geometry of that one. So if it doesn't find it, it doesn't add it. So it was not adding, right? It was not finding it, and so not adding it. So yeah, maybe you can do it, but you have to basically rewrite the whole thing, right? I don't know. I mean, it's not something I'm gonna do ever. I just stay without monsters in dungeon, GG. I mean, I cannot, you know, cannot do it myself. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. So I don't know but anyway, this was a good idea, you know, but I don't understand what is the difference. Maybe it is what we can search, right? What is the difference between recast, nav mesh, generation, you know, versus project settings? So what is, because I don't understand, since you only have one, right? Why I should set dynamic on the recast instead of setting it on the project? I don't understand. It's turning everything to dynamic anyway, so in project settings and recast nav mesh in default setting are two nav mesh settings. What is the difference between them? Yeah, exactly. Good question. Both seems to work. GG. Recast nav mesh, blah 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 blah. How to create it. In Chinese, it's saying recast nav mesh, how to create it. Good question, Chinese friend, but it's not very easy to understand, but fine. Yeah, so they had the same question and no one answered. I mean, they said, yeah, they work. They work, yeah. I don't know. It's okay. We can do a dungeon also without monsters. I mean, we can have a lot of traps and different things. And I mean, it's a pity. It's a real pity, but I cannot spend, you know. Let me remove work composition. I think we did some changes, but it's not a big deal. There was this one and this one. Yeah. Why is continuously creating the recast if I have no? Probably because the sub level exists. I don't know. Where is the unload? What? I cannot unload. What is? GG! Okay, Unreal Engine crashed. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. Fantastic. Unreal Engine crashed. Manipulating a bit of those settings made it go a bit crazy. Deleting the sub level made it. But anyway, as long as it did not corrupt our main level, I'm fine. Okay, so what I want to do, I wanted to have the deletion, the clean deletion, right? So let's add it to the list. So we did clean delete dungeon and the recreate dungeon. So we can always delete and recreate as we want, right? No, what happened? What? My text disappeared. Okay, so that is done. So this is all the stuff that we did, by the way. This is our list of tasks and all that we did. So what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? So, or we test more traps. Let me see if it's still working or it broke something. No, still working. No, one thing I wanted to test is, can I generate the collision for these objects or not? Because at the moment we are using a pawn, which is actually not a pawn. I mean, using a pawn that is just a fly-through kind of thingy, right? This is my gen pawn. But in reality, in the game mode, right, we could change it back to what it was. So I guess it was the default pawn. And the default pawn... Yeah, the default pawn is that is not... and also will fall down, I guess. Well, the default pawn is the third person pawn or not? I don't know. Should be, right? Should be. So if I say like T key or D is the same, or E is the same. E key. Right? Hello, hello. So if I do this and then I press E, no, we're not connecting it. We are not connecting that. Should I point to be Peter person? Probably. Huh? So the default is that. Yes, now we are okay. So if I move the generation is just one. It's very simple. The generation is. The generation is only this, right? It's just three nodes. I mean, it's super simple. So we can move it here, right? And this will, in theory, will generate also with the other. The problem is that we are falling down, I guess. But yeah, as I was expecting. Well, we can do a small trick without trying to fly. We just move our starting location way higher, but we will not be inside a. We will not be inside a dungeon, though. Oh. Huh? Why it worked? I have no idea, but it actually worked. I just moved it up and it actually spawned me exactly. When I generated the dungeon, it moved me here. Okay, fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted. So at the moment I have collision, right? I have collision. Ah, fuck, but I will collide. Okay. I think I am colliding. I think I am colliding with this thing. Yeah, I am. So we can do it this way. So we can do it with a full collision, or we can do it that it's just an overlap, right? And we just take care of the damage that is doing to me without doing the actual collision, right? I will not be able to open the doors. I will not be able to open the doors, boys. GG! What if I do delete dungeon, recreate dungeon now? I cannot. Ah, so by pure chance, I fall exactly in the middle of the room. Oh, wow. That is what happened before. So basically I pressed E exactly like now. Yeah, when you see the light. Fantastic. Okay. That is a great skill to have. So I wanted to see if there was a trap, right? Fuck these doors. Fuck these doors. You can fly in the default pawn. Can we? Ah, there is one there, but there is this freaking thing in the middle. I wanted to try that one, but I think it will be the same. So that one will actually collide with me, right? Okay, should we move it to our game? I mean, the question is, did we test everything we wanted to test in this sample project? Are we ready to move it to the other side or not? Because you know, if I want to have doors that can be pick locked, I need to be in our game. If I want to have chests that are actually spawning loot, we have to be in our game. I mean, the only thing that we can create here is more variation in terms of rooms and more variation in terms of traps. We can still do and then import in our project. I'm just thinking, are we ready, right? Are we ready? Let's say one additional thing we will need in our project would be how do you come here, right? How do you? Yeah, but I think it's time, guys. I think it's time to bring it into our project. Okay. Okay, I think we can start. So to bring it into our project, there are a number of things that need to happen, right? To bring it in our project, we need to decide how do we generate the dungeon. And I think that there could be an item, right? It could be an item that you, or can even be a command, just a command without an item, because you will have to set some properties, right, on the dungeon. So all these properties that we have, all these properties that we have here on the left, right? All these properties here. But so I will have to set the starting rooms, the common rooms, the raid rooms, the stairs room, the ending pieces, you know, so all this stuff, right? What do? We just configure it once in the editor. Yeah, I think so. So this is all pre-configured for you. I don't think I want to be able to configure it in the game, like at runtime. No, I don't think so. It's too complex because these are all, you know, existing blueprints, so it's not really possible. I mean, it is probably possible, it's too complex. So if we want to have 2 or 3 different dungeon types, I think we will just create 2 or 3 of these blueprints with different settings. And then this will become an item in game or a command in game, right? The only thing that I think I really want to configure are these things. So like the global wall scale, the number of rooms that you want to generate, the number of raid rooms. Ah, there is also the difficulty. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, there are. At the moment, the difficulty is not exposed. Huh? We have the difficulty of the dungeon, which we are not using much at the moment, but actually it is an important thing because it will determine the complexity, right? We don't have it anywhere. I think we have it only in the generation. We have difficulty. Where is this difficulty coming from? I don't even remember. Set the lock difficulty to do. Yeah. Difficulty. Place spawnable in dungeon. I think we just. Yeah. Yeah, but this should be a global setting actually. I don't think it should be here. I think it should be another setting on our dungeon generation thingy, right? I think here is a very stupid idea. So it should be a global setting like everything else. So let's put it in the configuration part. So this is all the configuration part, right? Global wall scale, number of rooms, number of raid rooms, and then here we place difficulty, which is from 1 to 10. Maybe we call it dungeon difficulty, which by default I don't know is 5, and then we have the loot quality, we called it. The loot quality. Because yeah, it can be a very difficult dungeon, but with very low quality loot. Or should be the same, I don't know. So if it's difficult, in theory, it should have better quality, right? But let's keep two parameters, because I think it's a good idea to have two different parameters here. So if we do this, right, now these two will be used directly in our dungeon. I think I don't want any more this thing. I think I don't want this. I think this is taken directly from the... Yeah, I think so. I think it is taken directly from the dungeon. Because this will have to be configured. This will have to be configured, right? By someone, by a game master, or I mean, someone will have to click on it and say, yes, this is what I want, right? So what does it do? Yeah. So the idea is that at the moment it's not doing anything, but the idea is that, for example, if you increase the difficulty, which is based on the players' ranks, like the levels. I mean, we don't have levels, we have ranks, but it's the same. What? Huh? You crazy? What? Since when? Okay, because it's a blueprint. I understand. This is a blueprint. It doesn't allow you to shadow variables, which is very good, by the way. You should do it by default, but fine. I think I'm breaking a lot of stuff by changing these things. Yeah, I am. I'm breaking quite some stuff, unfortunately. I'm breaking quite some stuff. But anyway, we're gonna break it. We're gonna break it. We're gonna break it. Fuck. We're gonna break it, yeah. Yup. Okay. So yeah, the idea is that the difficulty is determining, for example, the complexity of the locks, right? So all the gates and the doors that you have seen, they may be locked or unlocked. And if they are locked, you have to use your skill to actually unlock it. No, this one we said that it doesn't have this. But there can be traps, you know, traps can do more damage. Traps can be faster, can move faster, you know. There can be areas that you are burning. I mean, like an area you just burn. And it does X amount of damage that you cannot avoid, right? So it's basically raising the difficulty of the level. Bro, what do you want? Yeah, I changed it. Yes, I changed it. Yeah. I changed it. I removed the parameter. Yes, I did. So what? Yes, I did. In the generation, because you're stupid. You should have removed this from the generated one. Why you didn't remove it? Why you are so stupid? Why? I don't know. I think the generator went crazy for a second. I had to remove the two variables myself manually. Never happened in my life. GG! GG! Anyway. Let me move some people. There's always too many people on the left. I understand you want to stay with the Ukraine flag, and I agree, but it's more balanced. Okay, so so now we should have, yes, dungeon difficulty and loot quality. You see now there are two parameters here. Let me just see if this is still compiling. Yes. So now there's in difficulty and loot. Yep. Very interesting that these two parameters exist in the blueprint and do not exist in the C++. I did the change manually and that kind of fucked up everything. Let me see what happens if I... Well, it's still generating though. It's still generating the dungeon, so it doesn't care, right? It doesn't care, I mean... And by the way, also the dungeon from the top is not that bad, huh? It's just that you will not get any loot, but... You know? You can do this. Didn't catch me. It didn't catch me. Okay, but it works. I don't know what happened with the... I don't know what happened actually. It's very hard to catch. Haha! Ah, we have this now. Bzz, bzz, bzz. You know that I don't know if I really want it. I don't really know if I want this thing to be colliding. I think that it may be annoying if it collides. I think an overlap may be okay. Because there may be cases where the collision is like really fucking up, you know, your character position. Like if you are here, you know, maybe it's pushing you outside, right? I mean, it seems it's not happening, but if it's pushing you outside, I think it's a problem. So probably we need a... I think it would be best to have just an overlap, right? So you can basically stand here and just take damage continuously. Yeah. I think we prefer to have it. Right click on node refresh. I never click refresh in my life. Refresh node. No. I think it's because I changed it manually. I did the change myself and that fucked up everything. Should have not done it. Should have not done it. I think I can just delete the generated file and it will regenerate it, right? I assume. Like if I take this and I delete everything. Wow! I did it. I deleted the whole file. I actually deleted the whole file. No. GG. Well, now I deleted the whole file. I mean, it's not able to recreate the freaking file. Bro, what the fuck? Why is not recreating it? I don't want to rebuild. If I rebuild, it's rebuilding the whole engine. What? Huh? Okay, I delete intermediate and GG. I delete it. If I delete intermediate, yeah, I can delete intermediate. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We can live with this. We can leave deleting intermediate. I think. Did I delete it on the right project or not? I deleted it on the right project. Yes. Okay, let me reopen it. Let me regenerate project files and. Something weird is going on. Tiger regeneration. Yes. We regenerate. Now this project will never start again. It's gone forever, boys. It's gone forever. It's gone. Why am I opening that? I should have opened the SLN, but anyway. I still have the icon of Visual Studio 17, by the way, in the... I don't know if you have seen it, but... My SLN has small 17 there. Yeah, 17. I don't know why. I can change the icon probably, but it's funny that the new Visual Studio didn't change it. No, before going here, let's recompile it, guys. Right? Okay, we deleted the wall intermediate, so I hope that it can regenerate it, right? It's doing something. Now it will tell me that that function doesn't take 2 parameters. And I'm just going to jump out of the window. Whee! Say, sorry, your function doesn't contain those 2 parameters. And I have it stored somewhere on the internet. No, okay. It did it. It did it! Okay. So, no, the question is... what was the question? The question is, how do we configure all of that? Yeah, exactly. So we have all these parameters to configure, right? We have global wall scale, number of rooms, number of ray rooms, difficulty, and loot quality. Basically this. So do you think we should have just a command, right? Which is like slash dungeon, and then it's taking this parameter as inputs. But if you mess up, you know, you generate a monster. So like rooms, ray rooms, ray rooms, difficulty, quality. Probably yes. And this one as a default is what? So this is optional. The global wall scale I think is optional because its default is 1. I think you should not. So optional wall scale, right? Yeah, because the wall scale, I added this wall scale, right? Because it was actually too big. And so I'm now scaling everything. Now, if I don't scale it though, all my calculations for traps and other stuff is actually messed up. Ay. So it's per player, is client only? No, it's on the server. No, so the idea is that the game master, you know, the game master is going into a place, which I don't know exactly then how we will connect, but anyway, goes into the place and types that command, right? And when he types that command, the things is generated server side, right? And we just spawn actors, so spawning actors, all those will actually go client side, so all the clients will see everything and it will work perfectly. So there is no need to do anything else. We're just spawning actors, so... And we set replicate to true on all of them, and... I think there should be no problem, actually. No, I missed it. I missed it again. No, I missed it. Fuck. No! This was very close though. Bruh. I managed to get into it 20 times, now I cannot. Come on. Okay, I will move the pawn to that position on spawn. Okay. Fuck. It seems that I cannot because I'm colliding with something. Is it possible? That I cannot press E because I'm colliding with it. Okay, GG. Let me move the... So we move this... So we press E, we spawn this thing. And then at the end, we move ourselves sect actor location to the place of this guy, plus maybe plus 100 location, get actor location. I mean, if I do this, I think we will collide with stuff, but we can see. We can see. Yeah, exactly. I have to go, I think 100 above or something like that. At least 100. But anyway. We have a starting player position, but okay, fine. So this is the normal scale, right? There is a scale of 1. I felt it was a bit too big. But I don't know, maybe we can say no, that is good. But anyway, we are managing scale, so we can... yeah, we still have a problem of the positioning of these things, because we didn't fully figure out how to, but it's okay. How it is possible that this is 1? I think it didn't take it. Is that 1? Doesn't look like 1. Global war scale 1. Let me try 2 just to see if it actually does something. I think it did, because I was actually colliding with the bottom. Yeah, that was actually 1. That was actually 1. I mean, like, this is obviously insane, right? But yeah, it was 1. It was 1. Okay, it was looking okay anyway. It was looking okay. Okay, but anyway, we have the ability to scale everything properly. If we want to go with 1. I went to the convenience store when going. An elderly gentleman led me in first, but before I got myself served, I decided the gentleman should go before me because of sign of respect. Pretty good. I assume so. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good and bad, right, when you do that, because you are basically telling them that they are old. And they may not like that. So it depends a bit on the guy, because you can say, hey, why you let me go first? Because you think I'm old? You think I cannot do it, you know? You think that I am weak? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. When he's zoomed in, it's correct. When he's zoomed out, it's like a duck. Anyway. Okay, what we should do, guys? We should have a dungeon. We should have a dungeon command. So dungeon, rooms, raid rooms, difficulty, quality, optional, world scale. And then that command takes the player position and generates the dungeon. You know what is the problem? You know what is the problem? Is that if he wants to delete it, well, if we only have 1 in the whole world, then yeah, I think at the beginning we will only have 1 in the whole world. I think that for now, 1 dungeon in the whole world, and that's okay. 1 generated dungeon only. So that we can do, so that we have only 1. So we basically spawn 1 object. So we will spawn in game. This command will spawn in game this thing, this dungeon generation start BP, right? So we'll basically generate this, and then we will just call, as we do today, right? As we do today, we just call generate dungeon on it, right? We will just call generate dungeon on it. And yeah. Or we'll do this, I don't know. I think that this part should actually be inside the, no? This check, dungeon ready. I think this check, dungeon ready, should actually be inside the dungeon. Why I have it outside? I think it's a bad idea. I think I should have it here as the first thing, right? So if dungeon ready, right? I mean, if the dungeon is not ready, we... yeah. Ow! Something like that, right? Yeah, it's better if we have it here, so we don't. So from the pawn, we only need to call. We only need to spawn it and then call generate dungeon. That's it. So we spawn it and then we call generate dungeon. And if you want to delete it, right? If you want to delete it, there will be also a dungeon delete. And dungeon delete, maybe we can have dungeon create and dungeon delete, something like that. Dungeon create with the rooms and dungeon delete. And dungeon delete will just find the dungeon generation start BP, right? And call, I think we have only one thing, right? We have what? Delete dungeon, yeah. It's only one function. Everything else is... So, yeah, so it will work like this, right? For now, it will work like this. Then in the future, when we want to have multiple, if it works good enough, right? We want to have multiple. Now, the only problem is, should I put it inside a level or not? So, should my dungeon be generated inside a sub-level? Can I have a sub-level? Can I have a sub-level? I mean, is a sub-level bound in any way to a location or not? I don't think so, right? I think a sub-level is defined only... The boundaries of the sub-level are defined by what it contains, right? So I can actually have a generic sub-level in my game that is called dungeon generated, which for the moment is 1, right? And I just spawn the stuff inside of it. I don't know exactly how to do it though, because I will have to move. No, I have no idea. Is that needed or not needed? Should I spawn it in persistent? No, spawning persistent is super stupid because you will not use streaming levels then. No, I need a sub level, right? I need a sub level. I think we need to enable again here work composition and simulate this. I think we need to do that. Did I delete my sub level 1? No? Oh, no, I still here. Sub level 1. Ah, because it crashed when I tried to delete it. So how do I generate stuff inside sub level 1? I remember there was this actor owner, because we do it for the guild houses, right? When we spawn a guild house. Wait a second. When we spawn a guild house, right? We do it already. We do something similar. Let me see. When we spawn, no, but it's on request character preload, right? So when we request the character, right? Because we do this already. If I remember right. Yes, check if this player is spawning in a guild house. So we get the guild information, and we load the guild house, right? So, and this is dynamic. This is already dynamic. And how do I know that the guild house is actually loaded in that level? I think we had like an owner or something. Spawn the guild house in the world. Spawn it in the specific streaming level, setting the owner in the spawn actor function. Yeah, exactly. Why is still to fix it? We didn't do it? We have it here, look. Owner. Why is you fix me? Why is you fix me? We do it. We do it. So get guild manager, get guild house owner. What this thing is doing? I think this is just searching the... Yeah, because this is something that we set at the beginning of the game. Yeah, I think this is the way we do it. So we do somewhere, I don't know where, set guild house owner, right? So we should do something similar. We should have a level dedicated to my response would be because how we help the shape the counter leave the basement in front today with the after you put in a kid gentleman. My name is design. Yeah, nice. True. No more occurrences. Because it is called by blueprints. Yeah, but we have to do exactly the same anyway. So we need to have a sub level exactly like we have for our guild houses. And that sub level will have an owner, right? Actor and yeah. So exactly the same. I don't even have to search it. Will be the same. Will be the same. Okay. So and then we will. So when we spawn. What? Yeah, and then when we spawn with this owner, right? All the objects that are spawning are spawning in the same streaming level, right? So we have to do exactly this. Okay, good. So that's a good plan. That's a good plan. So we need to also set. So we need to create. So we need to create a sub level to keep the generated dungeon, right? Create an owner actor similar to guild houses. And then spawn with that owner actor all the pieces, right? So they go into the sub level, right? Yeah. So this is what we need to do. Then we need so we need to create a command. We need to do that on the sub level. And then I think the complexity will be how do we connect our game to that dungeon. So if we want to use it only for GM events, I guess the game master can just teleport the people at the beginning of the dungeon, right? Fairly easily. If not, we will have to generate the dungeon and then create an action location with an entrance. So there will be a custom entrance from a place. Yeah, which we can do. So we can have a custom entrance with teleport, I guess. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's start to do this. I think there will be way more to do than to integrate in our game, but I think is a start. Okay, is a start, and we can still work with this level. We can still work with this separate level. I mean, with the separate project and enhance things here as needed, right? Okay. So the first thing we need to do is to migrate the C++ classes. So it's fairly simple because it's pretty much this. Now, do I want to put it in a specific directory? I would say that would be nice. Or we put everything under, or we create a module for the first time in our life. Should we put all of this in a module, boys? I never did it, but I think it should be doable, right? How does a module will look like? Will be like separate from Unreal Engine, so we will have it under source. There will be a separate module. We can do that. Because otherwise we are going to pollute our structure of sources here. In theory, I mean, if we follow our structure, like under server, we need the dungeon generation start. So this is basically a server component, and all these other objects are in bulk objects, right? Which is where we have all the spawnable items and, you know, all that stuff. I can also do it that way. It will require a bit of refactoring, I would say, but I don't know. How do you create a module? Let me see. Maybe it's a good idea to do it with a module for this piece because it's pretty separate. And I guess the number of traps, the number of element of the dungeon generation may really grow in the future. So I think it may be annoying to have it in the same source tree, right? Modules are building. I never did it though. Modules are building blocks in the engine software architecture. Organize your code into modules, create more efficient and maintainable projects. Agreed. Modules are basic building block in engine software architecture. Capsule specific to runtime feature library. All project plugin on the primary module by default. You can define other modules aside. Benefit of using module. Okay, I'm already sold. Setting up a module. Create a directory for your module at the top level. Yeah. So it will be parallel, right? Yes. So basically, I think if I take this, and I just copy it as it is, it will basically be a module already, right? Because he already has the build, which is speaking Dungeon Generation 4. So my module will be called Dungeon Generation 4, right? It's already module rules, right? So yeah, I think it will already work as it is. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, boys. Let's do it. So if we take source, right, and I take this, and we are starting to fork right now. So after this copy, we will have to maintain two projects if we do changes. No. No. Okay, no, we are fine. We are fine. We are fine. We are fine. We will survive this. So I will just copy it here, right? Boom. I will just copy it here, okay? So create a module build CS, which by the way we already have, right? Because it's been already created by the thingy. So we so if I go here, I already have my build CS, so I don't have anything else to do. Right? Create a private and public subfolder inside your model direct. This is already done. No, it's not done. We don't have a private and public. Why we don't have private and public? So that's a difference, huh? But we also don't have a private and public in our project, so... Who gives a fuck about private and public? I don't like private and public. No private and public. Create a module. We need a module CPP, huh? In the private subfolder of your module. Use this to provide methods for starting up and shutting down your module. To control when a module loads configuration information in your module you project. This includes the name and type of compatible platforms. And loading phase of the module. List of modules depends on the build CS and the module. Module. So generate a solution file for any on-time module. Yeah, but I mean, if I just do it, if I just, you know, copy the files and regenerate, what happens? Isn't the same? We are very close to break everything, boys. We are very, very close. We are very close to break everything. While it's regenerating, let me go to the bathroom 1 second. 1 second, I'm coming back. Okay, I'm back. What did it do? It did something or no? It did, huh? We better not to go out anywhere for the rest of today when it comes to driving. Why? There is a lot of traffic or what? Okay, if I go here, I have my PS Unreal and I have my Dungeon Generation 4. Well, there is a big. I mean, it's good, but I don't know. Do you think it will build? Should I not say to my PS Unreal that this should be compiled or what? Because I didn't do the module thingy. Succeeded? Unlikely. Unlikely succeeded. I mean, he's saying succeeded, but I think he didn't do anything on this second piece of the dungeon generation. I mean, I can add... I mean, this dungeon generation is actually... you know, created in this thing, but... Dungeon Gen 4, no, I have to do the module, huh? I guess I have to do the module. I have to do the module. I mean, if I add here dependency module and I put my Dungeon 4, what happens? He's saying it's not a module. I don't know. I don't know if it's just smart enough to search the other directory, but I think if it's not declared as a module, it would never work, right? It's just me, you consume some edibles. Ah. Yep. So I would say driving, no. Driving, no. No driving. It seems he's doing something now. He's actually compiling the other guy, so he understood, even without the module, that that's a module. Well, if it's as easy as this, I think we can use it like this. No? I mean, it's not a lot of sources, but still. I think the problem I have is I also need to move the blueprint part, and the blueprint part is the blueprint part, right? I don't know. Should I transfer this also to C++ so we don't have to copy this shit? I mean, I can copy it, I can copy it and I can make it... I can migrate this into the other project, right? I mean, it will go originally into my dungeon generation directory, which I think is okay. And we can copy here all the pieces that we have, like the blade, like the rooms. I think it's kind of okay. I want to see if he managed to compile and then he's managing... I mean, he managed to... Yeah, it looks like he compiled it okay. So, but now the question is, if I want to call dungeon start, right? If I want to create... because this is the guy I will have to... This is the guy I will have to create. Correct? So if I go into my server in any possible place, right? Whatever it is, well, this will be... I think first of all we need to add a new command. So this to add a new command. Last time I did it was 20 years ago. No, well, no, maybe not. But to add the new command, right? Is an admin manager or is user? No, I think he was. No, I think admin manager as the or command manager. Holy shit, I don't remember. Well, yeah, I think it's this guy. I think it's actually this guy. I think it's this guy. Yeah, it's this guy. So we needed to create a new command like yeah, similar to this, for example, right? Similar to this. Well, the difference, it doesn't have a target. I don't think we don't need at the moment we don't need a target, right? Unless we want to drop an item to the ground and make it a dungeon. But I don't think we do. I think we want to use the current dungeon master position and rotation for the generation. And maybe this one is a bit complex though. Yeah, because all these ones are derived from target, right? But I don't need it. I don't need a command target. I think data is okay. I think data. I'm just trying to copy paste instead of reinventing the wheel. Okay, like the, yeah, exactly, like this one, right? Yeah, like this one. This one is perfect. This one is perfect. So if we copy this, and we add the new class, I don't know, it can be whatever. Let's put it here, right? The class for generating a procedural dungeon. So it will be called admin command data and then generate dungeon, right? Yes. And I think we will have just the command, which is just the so this one can be create or delete, right? Create or delete. So the command is actually dungeon, right? Like we said here. So it will be /dungeon create /dungeon delete, right? The command will be /dungeon. And the rest here is the same. Yes. The rest is the same. Then we will have to generate this and this. Yes, so this is the one that is actually parsing the commands. Well, actually including that. Right, so because that is basically the way to integrate it in our existing. Yeah, so I will have to basically do this, right? The rest is the same. Dungeon. Now here we will have to just check the first word, right? And we can check it later. And then we will have to parse the rest, right? I don't know if you want to parse it here directly. Do we usually parse the command here? Yeah, I think we parse stuff here usually. So this is our entry point, right? And so here we just return. If we don't return, right? If we don't return, I think we can parse the other parameters here. And we said that we want. Rooms, raid rooms, difficulty, quality, optional, wall scale, in case, right? I don't know if I want to do it here though, or I want to do it because this is just a kind of a validation, right? This is the validation that the command is actually proper and you specified all the. So, but probably we have to do, yeah, probably we have to at least check that the. So if my d command is equal to create, right? If my d command is equal to create, then I need quite some stuff, right? I need my word count to be. My word count needs to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4. With create, I think it's 5, right? And here we can give the here we can give the syntax, right? I need to copy it again. Anyway. So it's rooms, ray rooms, difficulty, quality, difficulty, quality, optional world scale, right? Optional world scale. So this will be the the error, right? In case it doesn't match. And it will tell you this just after, so it should be fine. Now the delete doesn't really require any, right, parameters, so we can, so I think we don't care, right? If it's delete, we don't care. I think if it's delete, we don't care, right? So we arrive here. Okay, so we do this, then then we have, okay, we have to register the function, right? We have to register the new function, and the new function will be admin data generation whatever, right? This will register that. And then what else? And then we need to actually do the work, right? Yeah, but all the parameters should be there actually. I like to have all C++ and C++ structs for data asset that can be passed to generation function for config. To have all the C++ and structs for data assets that can be passed to generation function. I don't understand what you mean. You mean to have like the blueprint callable? The blueprint callable for the... Do you think I can start a drum roll for today? No. You mean drum roll like we have it in our... We have this new stuff in our game? No. It's a long way. It's a pretty long way. So no. I don't know how much time it will take, but it's already 7:20. I mean, in 40 minutes, I don't know, maybe, but probably not. Probably not. Come on, Visual Studio. You can do it. I believe in you. Why we have this one separated instead of having it automatically created? That's kind of strange, huh? Because in theory this line is automatically created by the... But anyway, let's forget about it. It's fine. So we need those parameters somehow, right? So we need rooms, right? We can put a default if we want, but we can put a default. So rooms, raid rooms, then what? Difficulty, quality. Let's put everything at 5. We will see. I don't know. And global wall scale.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Actually, this is a float. Okay. Now these guys, we will have to parse, right? So we will have to actually parse all the commands. Who is breaking my balls? Wait a sec. Okay. Sorry, I got a message. So parse all the parameters. Yeah. So considering that we exit here, if the count is not 5, right? I think we should just split it, which is easier. Ah, fuck! I had a cable that was blocking the keyboard. So yep. Bene. Very nice. So it will be as easy as parsing this stuff, right? So we will go like words of whatever 1, because it starts from 0, I guess. No, I think we have a get. Do we have a get? I think we have a get, but the get is the get is not returning an int, so we will have to. What was that? No, the opposite. No, he was correct. He was actually correct. Okay, so we just do this and we just parse our stuff. We just parse our stuff, right? Assuming that the number is correct. Now this one is a float, right? So we do it this way. Okay, I don't know why I did this, but fine, because I copied from the other side. Okay, so we just set all of this stuff to the parameters that we are getting from the command, right? And now that we have that, we need a handler, right? And I don't think we have it yet. So in the same way, we have this guy. Do we do it only there, or we also do it? No, we do it only there. Eh? Yeah, we do it only here. Okay, so this will be our dungeon. We have a divorce command. Can you believe it? Hello, Gabby Booney. Redeem let's. What are we trying to do? Let's do it. Let's do it. Plus new client releases all today. Well, yeah, it would be nice. We have a divorce command. Can you believe it? Incredible, huh? Yep. Now, this class, boys. This class is insane. This class, boys, is insane. It contains all the admin commands that we have. And I can tell you, we have a lot. Okay, so this will be a command admin data. But no. Is not an admin command data target, is the same as our load quest. Exactly. No, this is already the class. Okay, fine. Fine. So it's this, huh? Yep. Okay, so I don't know why it doesn't like it. False. True. Very true. By the way, these are outdated, unfortunately. You're not correct. Like you see, the names are wrong, and that is the right one. But anyway, it's okay because that function was changed a number of times, and fine. Okay, so we enter into this, right? We enter into this, and we and here we will have to do what? Here we will have to basically take the position of the GM, generate that guy, and then yes, but doing it with the owner actor, right? So we need to so here we are already doing So okay, let me delete all of this. It's not really useful. So the first thing we want to do, we want to split between create or delete, right? So if our data d command is equal to create, right? Else if whatever. If it's not one or the other, in theory you should never arrive here, because if it's not one or the other. Okay, so if he's a create, right? If he's a create, the first thing we need to do will be to find the to spawn, right? To spawn an object with the actor, yeah. So exactly like we did for guild manager, right? Which is what we were looking before, which was here. Well, yeah, which was here, right? So pretty much this. I mean, not really, but close. So always spawn is fine to me. Now we need to get our guild house owner, right? And the guild house owner, I think we can, I mean the dungeon owner, whatever, right? So get dungeon owner. So this dungeon owner, we can get it from who? So we need to configure it somewhere, right? I don't know exactly who is gonna hold that information, but I would say spawn manager. I would say spawn manager is probably the best guy to hold that information. So spawn manager, main. Spawn manager will need something like that. That today does not have. And yup. Rain. And this one will be loaded at the beginning. Right. Yeah, I also need this, by the way. I do the set and the get, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? So this one is just declared like this inside guild manager. Yeah. So we just declare it the same way inside our spawn manager. Now I think it's fine. You can put it whatever. Okay, we can put it there. Now we need to set it. So the way we do it, I would do it exactly the same way we do it for the guild. Identical. So wherever we do it, I don't know. So when we do this set, I would do it exactly the same. is in plane shift base game mode. I think this one is the one that is called by blueprints, by the way. Yeah, but I would do it identical. Let's do it identical. Let's not try to invent anything new. It works, and so who cares? Let's do it identical. Exactly the same. Let's do it exactly the same. Yeah, you see that it's a Brooklyn callable. So is called by, yeah, is called by the... Now, I don't think that guy is actually in the persistent level, right? It's not, it's in the... So we probably set it at the end. Yeah, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Hello, Gabby Booney. Sorry, I got distracted. Do you prefer storing stuff on the cloud or locally? Well, everything that we do is actually stored in well, not everything, but let's say the majority, right, is stored in a Subversion repository, and the Subversion repository is actually, yes, on the cloud. I mean, cloud meaning one of our servers, actually. But, you know, yeah, so not here, not in my home, right? So yeah, we have a repository for pretty much everything, right? So code, art, files, configuration files, rules, whatever. So ay. Can I call it dungeon owner, or I can call it in dungeon owner so you don't break my balls? So probably also this one then. Why doesn't complain about this one but complains about this one? Huh? What? Weird. Weird stuff going on. But it's okay. Ah, because this already had a different name there. I see. Yeah, but for sure you need a lot of space. That's true, because when you know, when you're checking in mainly assets like levels and other stuff, I mean, I'm very cautious in checking in levels, for example. So we decided that we don't check in any of the build data, because otherwise it becomes really too much. So and when we check in stuff, we check it in only after significant changes, right? So a real game studio would probably work differently, right? So we just check in everything every second, but we don't do that because otherwise we will need terabytes and terabytes and terabytes. So yeah, we have to be a bit careful on resource usage, right? But yes, my strong suggestion is to, even if you are a solo developer, to absolutely create a Subversion or Git or the one that you prefer, you know, and store it. And store the stuff there, because it's so good when you have to go back to a previous version, see what happened, do a comparison, right? Just too good. Okay, seems that compilation is going well. No, I saw some error going through. So a bunch of errors. Yeah, okay. So now this one should be there, right? But this one obviously is not. So we will have, okay, this line for now, let's just remove it. And this one we will say rain. Let's say just dungeon was deleted for now. I don't know if I will have a name or. Is created or was? Well, the same. The tiger is really smart and does have a ton of experience. I don't know. I mean, thank you, but this game is touching everything. It's touching every possible Unreal Engine topic. So now also with procedural generation, so this game is touching everything. So every time, you know, I'm just discovering new stuff that I didn't know before. Okay, so we just need to check now in the client, I mean in the editor. In the editor, we want to create a sub-level, create the owning actor, and then exactly like we did for the guild houses, and then ensure that the game mode when it starts is actually setting that variable, right? Exactly like we do for the guild houses. Yeah. Wow, loading our project, boys. Holy. Loading our project is something. Okay. I see we have a lot of viewers today. We have nearly 20, which is good. Thank you. Thank you for watching, guys. So what we have to do, right? I need to search the guildhouse owner, but as you can see, the guildhouse owner is not here because the guildhouse owner will be in this guildhouse stamp, right? I assume, yeah, guildhouse owner, and it is guildhouse owner, which actually has his own blueprint that we created, which is just an empty actor. Yeah, it's just an empty actor that we can place in the scene, pretty much, right? Is under guildhouse. Okay. I think I will just duplicate this guy. And I will call it dungeon owner. And I will move it probably here where we have all the pieces. Now what we need, so we need to create a new level, right? So I will have to create a new level that sits, let me just be sure that they sit where they should sit. Because if I create a level now, main world Iliacum Guildhouse Temp, if I create a level here, what happens then? Okay, ask me where to put it. Okay, fantastic, and I see. Okay, good. So this will be dungeon generation, right? Dungeon generation. So this will be a new level, a completely new level. And inside the dungeon generation, right, we will place similarly to what we did with the guild. Now the only problem is, where do we place it, right? Because if I look at my guildhouse temp, right, and my guildhouse owner, this guy is actually in yeah. And we have the placeholders, and we have the level bounds. So I don't think we want to be in any place around this, because but at the same time, I think we can go just south of the, yeah, let's go just south of the main, next to the Draken Plain. I think that's the best place actually. If we go, I'm going to load our main city for a second, but I think if we go just to the south of the Draken Plain and we allow enough space, I think we will be good. And I can also go lower, right? I just have to be sure that I don't go too low, because if I go too low, we hit the Z-kill minimum, right? And that will not work. I guess that this is the Dragon Plain, which is scarily close to the guild houses, but it's fine. 4,000, 3,000. It's kind of strange though, because didn't we say that? 350, 180. Yeah, it's correct. It is correct. So I think I can easily place, and the vertical is 250. The vertical is 250. So that is our main city, right there in the distance. I can remove the exponential fog so you can see something. And here is our Draken Plain. And where are the... Okay, and here are the guild houses, right? So I think we can go south of this, right? We can go on the Y, south of this position. The only problem is to be sure that we don't hit the world, the world limits. But here we are at minus 134,000, which is really not.
Won't be easy to track down, but we're close.
Because it's only 1.3 kilometers to the south, right? So it's pretty good. So I think we can go. So I think that the position now vertically we are at minus 3,000. We are at minus 3,000, huh? For the guild houses we are at minus 3,000. And this is at 0. Why we are at minus 3,000 with this? Because I wanted to be sure that we didn't. Okay, fine. We can go 0 anyway. We can go 0. So you know what? I will place this guy. No, because the position matters, because the dungeon will be generated around that position, and we want to be sure that we are not messing up.
No mistakes. Stay calm.
Exactly. We should not make any mistakes here. Exactly. So if I take my dungeon owner and I just drop it, wait, ensuring that I have the right level in, exactly, I don't. So we have our dungeon generation. I just dropped this guy on top of this guy. The actor is outside the boundary of the current level. Well, this level doesn't have any boundaries at the moment, so I don't know what you're saying, but fine. And we go, I think we can go 0. I think I'm more safe with 0. And then how much do we go to the south, right? I think I will go to the south at least 500 meters, if not more, right? Because the dungeon generation may go pretty big, right? So I think we should go minus maybe 1 kilometer, yeah, maybe one full kilometer. So let's go minus 2. Minus 2 kilometers. So 200. So 200,000. 200,000. 200,000. 200,000. Okay. So this should be really far enough, right? I mean, it doesn't look very far, but actually it is. I don't know why it doesn't look very far, but it's 1 kilometer between this and that. Because if I place a door, right? How big is the door? Yeah, you see a door is like that, so super small. So the distance between that and our dungeon owner, you know, is really far away. Doesn't look like, but it is. I don't know, I can go a bit more than that. Because definitely we don't want the... Yeah, let's go 250. Let's go 250. 250, okay, 250. And next is 0. Okay? So this will be our dungeon owner. That is where our dungeon will be spawned. But now that I think about it, right? If we just have to spawn anyway our new blueprint, why I need a dungeon owner that is not our blueprint, right? That's a bit stupid, actually. I could just instead of using this guy, we could just use the normal, I mean the one that we have in the other project, right? Our dungeon start BP. Because yeah, my idea was to drop it, right, to spawn it, and then yeah, but I think we can. Yeah, we can. We can spawn it on top. It's the same. Yeah, let's spawn it on top. I think let's keep the dungeon owner. I like it because dungeon owner. So we don't have always a dungeon. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Let's keep it like this. Let's keep it like this. It's good. So we have our dungeon owner. Now we have to do the same. That I don't know exactly where, but somewhere in our code we have this guild house, right? Guild house owner thingy. I don't know if we flag it. Maybe we have it flagged with a... with a tag. I don't know how we search for it actually. I have no idea. Here it is. This is done. Ouch. Ouch. Because I changed the name. Fuck. This is done in the begin play of our level. Okay, in the begin play of our level I think is a good place. So we will do this exactly the same. So I don't want to invent anything new. I don't want to invent anything new because this is working. So we go in the... So we save everything. Well, this one we didn't change. No, we changed it because there was the name change. So we load only dungeon generation. We load only dungeon generation, huh? But unfortunately, guys, I need to go. That's the problem. Dungeon generation. So we only load our dungeon generation level, and in the blueprint, in the begin play, right? We do this. Begin play of dungeon generation level. We get the game mode. We get the game mode. We get all the actors we tag. Yes, actually, we do it. So this will be dungeon owner. So we tag it. We tag it with. We do a tag. We do a tag. Tag plus dungeon owner. Okay, so we tag this guy. And we get this actor we tag. We get the first one. And then we set. Right? We set not the guild owner, but we set the dungeon owner. Right? In the same way, copy paste. Copy paste is always good. Always a good idea. Okay, fine. I don't know what is this. Display name. Okay, we can call it dungeon owner. Okay, fine. Dungeon owner, blah blah blah. Right? Okay, good. So basically we placed our owner in the level. We created in the game mode, right? That stuff. And I think that we are good for now. We are good for now. So in our plan we did this, right? We did this, and we didn't do this yet, but we did a piece of this. I mean, it's not really done, but we did a piece of this and a piece of this. Okay, so now we need to finish these other pieces, but that will be tomorrow, guys. That will be tomorrow. Are you gambling all your life? What are you doing? Roll 83. You want 10,000 points? Oh my God, you have 31,000 points. Congratulations. Congratulations. You can now spam the emotes forever until you lose everything else. Okay, I'm going to dinner. We are a decent number of people, so I will bring you somewhere else. Because, you know, maybe you will be interested in seeing some other Unreal Engine developers. Like we have Indie Horror Dev, we have Lana, Anatomy Practice with Lana. Okay, but it's just doing some Blender thingies. No. Team Vash, what is Team Vash doing? I don't know. What is Indie Horror Game doing? No, let's go with an Unreal Engine guy. I want to raid only Unreal Engine people. I mean, they are, but this guy is playing Palworld, this guy is in Blender. This guy is doing something. He's doing art. Jesse Storm. It is us. Building an RPG in Unreal Engine. This is our guy. This is our guy. Let's go. This is our guy. He just closed the stream. I think he just closed the stream. Fuck. It doesn't load up.
Yeah, this is gonna work. What we're gonna do?
You may plug in that you
It does work. We can do it. We can do it. Let's go. Let's go, boys. See you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. If you want to follow on Twitch, do it. If you want to subscribe on YouTube, do it. And I will see you later. Bye. Bye.